Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. What are we going to talk about today? Oh, I don't know. What is there to talk about? I was thinking fear. Fear. What is fear? Fear is this feeling, this concept, this idea that something is going to happen. And so we take steps to try to ease our fears. There's the fear of fire, fear of starvation, fear of death and bodily harm, fear of oppression, fear of interaction, confrontation, on every level. And then there's the fear of the unknown. We have been seeing a lot of fear mongering going on. We as a species have evolved to the point where all our fears have, really kind of been eradicated. I mean, if you think about it, we are the top of the food chain. We are the apex predator of this world. Yet we live in so much fear. It's amazing. Fear of failure. We all have that, Some people are just afraid to take risk to get that reward. Sometimes you have to overcome that fear. I say this because I do a lot of observing, especially if I'm brand new to the area. So I like to sit on my little balcony and smoke cigarettes and just look out, look out into the world and see my world, see my area and see what's going on. And I mean, not to throw anybody under the bus or anything, but I see a lot of fear, especially in my neighbors. This is Ohio, northern Ohio, and they did COVID lockdowns and masks and mandates and a lot of things shut down and all that. They went through the whole thing and they're still going through it. Even though the governor has says, yeah, you can wear a mask, or you can't. It's up to you. Whatever. And of course, they're giving out the $1 million. They're trying to push this vaccine, aren't they? Really pushing this vaccine. Because they're using fear and incentive. Risk and reward. There's a lottery. There's a chance if you get the vaccine. If you can sign up, get the vaccine, and win $1 million. Okay, I mean, wow. I mean, and I've heard this on the radio and everything. But I say this because everybody still wears the fucking mask. I mean, in their car, as they're walking around, as they're jogging, as they're hiking, as they're biking. Really, I've had to comply to get things done here. I went to my bank I just walked in, like, I'm walking in the door, no mask, no nothing. And, the Karen was like, "Sir, do you have a mask?" Oh, and everybody stops and looks at me. I'm like, really? I gotta have a mask? And I got everybody to talking. All the customers, all the employees. I thought the mask thing is done. And the Karen was quick to point out, "No, that's not till June 1st. We still have to wear a mask." And there was an old guy in front of me. He was just like, with his mask on, he's looking at me like, I thought he was going to say something. He's like, So maybe I planted a seed. And, I turned around and I looked into the office and there was a guy on the phone, one of their employees, with the mask off. So I thought, maybe I just take out my phone and start talking. Like, "Hey, I'm talking on the phone here." Whatever the the hoops that I can jump through. Whatever I can find while I'm eating, I'm drinking. I can't wear a mask and do those. But I see this fear, and I see the fear mongering, and the Karens. I don't. It's a lot of times when people are looking at me now, I don't know if they're about to Karen me, go Karen on me, or if they're gonna go, "Hey, how you doing?" All neighborly, or whatever. It's weird. So that's always been one of my fears, but is trying to judge the intentions of folks. And with a mask on, it's pretty hard. It is. It's really hard. I have to rely on eyes and body movement and shit like that. But for the most part, people are afraid of each other. So afraid. So afraid. Bringing up my balcony, I was talking about, sitting on there. And I've been watching and monitoring the area, observing, And there's a neighbor down the way on her own little balcony on my level. Like literally 3 balconies away. And I remember I was outside just smoking a cigarette. And I do this early in the morning. I wake up at 5 a.m. and boom, I start my day, do my thing. And she comes out and she's got a cup of coffee. I think, oh, that's nice. And she's enjoying. She's young. She's really young. She's in her 20s, 30s. I don't know. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, this is great. She's enjoying her coffee, enjoying the day. We can see the sun rising up. The colors in the sky are beautiful. They're blues and reds, and it's over the green landscape. We've got a lot of trees here, so I feel like I'm enjoying this moment with her. Yeah, this is great, and she's enjoying it with her coffee, and she notices me. She's like, oh, and she puts her mask on, and she's sitting there with her coffee. She's like, I can't even enjoy my coffee, and she's got this mask on. I'm like, really? Hey, Charity, what's up? No. Get off me. No, this is serious. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Excuse me for a minute. So, yeah, she's enjoying her coffee. She sees me and she has to put on the mask. Oh, Lord. And of course she comments that she can't even enjoy her coffee. Storms back into her house. I'm like, oh man, yeah, this is serious, huh? Interesting. And so later on, I find out, because you get to talk to your neighbors and everything, and then that yeah, she's one of those what do you call them, activists or whatever. She sued her work because they were, I don't know, whatever. They were being oppressive, and she was one of those social justice warriors. and she knew the right lawyers, and she got paid. So as I'm sitting out there, the dog, she's got a dog, very old dog, and I hear the door open. The dog comes out. She comes out, sticks her head around, sees me, and she motions for her dog to go out. And, this is how you walk. This is how you go. And the dog literally pees on the balcony. Just. I'm like, wow. What the hell? Dog looks pitiful. But older dog, fat dog, so he eats good. But, the dog is just looking outside like, oh, man, I'd love to piss on something out there. I'd love to go outside and do something, And I just kind of think, maybe it's because of COVID. It's COVID. There's COVID out there. COVID is everywhere. It's in the air. It's airborne. It's floating around, waiting to go into your nostrils. The only thing that can save you is a mask. No. No. That's not how it works. Fear. It takes a long time for this society to wake up from this fear. And it's always going to take people to show them that. Other people. People who are not afraid. And if it's me, just quietly, defiantly going about my day without the fucking mask on, then yeah, that's great. And when I go into businesses, they put on their mask when they see me. They've been walking around their store with no mask on. And here I come walking in, and they're like, oh, fuck, I gotta put a mask on. Okay. How can I help you, sir? And I'm like, you really, yeah, can I get this? Sir, do you have a mask? I was like, do I really? And, most of them do. They go, you know what? No. They take it right off. They're like, no, come on, you're cool. It's like, oh, I can tell you don't have COVID. Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, how do you know? Gee, that was quick. And I mean, just like that, the fear was gone, and we were carrying on the conversation and having commerce. There's interesting ways that they've gone about, trying to find a way around things. So, that's the thing about this fear, is they think that they got us. Oh yeah, they got us. And, tell you the truth, for the most part, they do. For the most part, a lot of people are in compliance. Even me, that I'm a non-compliant kind of person, but if I want to get anything done in the businesses or whatever, I gotta play the game. So, whatever. I always say, do I really have to? Do we really have to? Yes, you have to. Well, if it's something like a convenience store or something like that, or whatever, I can just go, you know what? Never mind. I'll take my money elsewhere. And they're just kind of like, but, yeah, whatever. I came in here hungry. I was going to spend a bunch of money. Yeah, so, and I've chosen businesses that don't wear a mask, or they wear the chin diaper, and they're just like, I walk right in, no mask. They're like, hey, hello, sir. How are you doing? I'm like, hey, what's up? Yeah. No big deal, So, but you're always going to run into the Karens. So that's how we do it. That's how we show people the way, by us doing what the fuck we want. And people notice that. People notice people with no fear. You know? You're like, oh, okay, all right. Well, he can do it, I can do it. You know, I remember walking in the mall when this whole mandate thing and whatever was done. It was a big mall, the Great Northern Mall, and everybody had a mask on. Even I had a mask on. There was a person at the door going, sir, 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 you need to wear a mask, sir, sir, sir. You know, there's security guards standing there, you know, ooh, he's wondering, oh shit, am I one of those guys? You know, you can't come in here without a mask. You can't do it. You know, I'm like, all right, fine, I'll put on a damn mask. You know, thank you for your cooperation, sir. You know, or whatever. And I'm walking through and I'm watching everybody, and, you know, got the mask on. It's slowly running down my nose, down my face, and, you know, whatever. And I see people just doing the same thing. You know, the mask is on, but it's down by their chin diaper. And then finally I just see some guy walking by, no mask. And you could tell he had a little bit of fear in him. But he was doing it. He has hands in his pockets, and he was... I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, bro. That's what's up. And nobody say anything to him. I mean, not that I know. But everybody was looking at him. I mean, he's the odd man out. You know, he's got no mask on, in a sea of mask. So, you know, that's kind of what it takes, I think, is people to just not comply. See what happens. And you know what? If somebody yells at you, whatever, you can always leave. You don't have to be confrontational. Yeah. Although, unless you want to be confrontational. But yeah. Maybe you can push their narrative. Yeah. So I remember at the bank when you know, that set the mood. That set the mood, and it was not good. And I was giving them money, and they were like, "Well, we got to hold it." I was like, "No, you're not going to hold it. That's unacceptable. I'm giving you money to put in the bank. I'm changing banks. There's no holding money." All right, and so I had to talk a lot with my eyes, you know, because my mouth is covered. So is hers, and she's just, you know, she's kind of hiding behind her mask, like there's her. She's working her brooding eyes, and well, you know, I got some wild eyes too. So, you know, I'm a great communicator, so I start talking with my eyes, and you know, this is not acceptable. I need my money when I need it. It needs to be available to me whenever I see fit. You know, and she's like, well, it's not our policy. I was like, well, if I would have known that, I probably would have just kept my money in mason jars in the backyard, huh? Or I would have picked another bank. Would you like me to take my money out of here? Oh, no, sir, we're not saying that. We're just saying that, in this case, in this case, we'll make an exception. Well, oh, okay, well, great, thanks. Thanks for giving me access to my own money. Which you, of course, are taking my money and making money with. That's how a bank works. They take your money and they make money. Okay, it's on a bigger, grander scale. They loan it out and, whatever. And most banks pay you a little bit. So, whatever. But, I don't know. The fear, and she had to be a Karen, and did not bode well for her later on, and our interaction suffered because of it, and she was like, well, I made the phone call, and yeah, it does indeed seem that your money is legit. I was like, yeah, it is. Yeah, of course it is. She's like, but we still have to put a hold on it, so I can ask you, when do you need the money and what do you need it for? I was like, what? What do you mean what I need it for? I don't know. Rent, gas, power, electricity. You know, what if my car explodes? What if I want to go to the store and buy some food? What do you think I need money for? Well, I'm just saying, sir, you know, it's in this case, we're making an exception and we're trying to work with you. I was like, no, you're not trying to work with me. You're trying to hinder me. And I don't appreciate it, and it's unacceptable. Do you understand? And she's like, okay, yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, there's a little thing about, I've talked about it before, alpha males and beta males, alpha females, beta females, and how to challenge that and how to test that. I know I am an alpha. I know this. But there's many instances where I choose not to be. You know, I can't go around just pissing on everybody's leg and you know, beating up the guys and kissing all the girls. I can't do that. You know, it's so. And I try to be nice and cordial and respectful, but you know that comes off that comes off as weakness, and you know, people use that, try to see that and try to exploit it, and then my extreme alpha comes out, and I want to lay hands on them. So I mean that's another thing, but you know it's not. I'm just talking about urges and things like that, you know. But anyway, you know, we all have that urge, you know, but we don't act on it. But for me, it's really, really obvious. You know, it's like, okay, calm the fuck down. So what I like to do, done this before. Here's an example. I was in Tennessee and living with my brother and his now wife, but there was a disturbance call, and they sent out the sheriff's department to our house, to our apartment, and yeah, we had the music up a little loud. Okay, sure, fine, whatever. I didn't really realize it. Yeah, if I would have known that it was disturbing anybody, I would have said, you know, okay, fine, you know, whatever. But so we get the knock at the door, and it's this official-looking, you know, sheriff's department guy. He's like, he's using his authority. You know, like, this is the sheriff's department. We need to talk to you right now. You're making a disturbance here, and this is very important. You know, really, I need to get inside. And we can come. You can come outside and talk about this, or I can come inside. We can talk about this right now. You understand? I was like, all right, sir, you can come inside, but wipe your damn feet. Wipe your feet. And he went from, okay. Sure, yeah. And he started wiping his feet. So he went from Mr. Authority to, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll wipe my feet. And he came in. Everything changed from there. I was like, what seems to be the problem? You know, so little things like that, you know, to test dominance, test alpha, test beta. It can be useful. It can be useful when dealing with folks. It can also be useful if they're testing you. You know, but knowing that as well, because you'll get a lot of people that try to test you. But it's very important to make your position known, to make your intent known. A lot of times, especially if you want to get what you want, you know, you're trying to make something happen. This is what I need to happen. And when you get that point across, a lot of people are like, oh, okay, sure. So you can use that fear of confrontation as well, because a lot of confrontation, especially verbal, comes from fear. They have that fear that you can see it, you can feel it, and you're like, oh shit, I got to talk to this guy. It's going to be confrontational, and I can either ramp it up and give it to him and play that card, or just go, it's okay, just calm down. It's okay. We're not going to go there. I'm not going to be all ranting and raving and throwing things. But I am going to assert myself and tell you my impose my will just a little bit. So that has to happen too with this mask thing. That has to happen too as patriots. Since the world changed, we have settled right on into this fear-mongering, haven't we? Just settled right in. Had so much hopes and dreams that this would not happen, but it did, and it's happening. Slowly but surely. So... yeah, so I need to ask permission first. I was going to show you something, but I'll ask permission on that one first. Anyway, fear. Will you succumb to it? Are you going to let it rule your life? Fear of pain, fear of rejection, fear of denial, fear of being ostracized, fear of being, fingers being pointed at you, fear of failure. I mean, I remember this definition of courage. What is courage? Courage is being scared shitless, having all the fear, being very fearful of death, but doing it anyway. That's courage. Being scared to fucking death, but doing it anyway. A lot of people like that adrenal junkie thing. Yeah, you can tell my TBI is kicking in. I can. I used to be a little, action junkie. Jumping off stuff, going fast, getting in crazy fights, just doing all kinds of crazy things just to get that adrenal dump, It gets addictive. Really, it does. The military can provide you with a lot of that. And then afterwards, but having, it's that fear, that excitement, that exhilaration that drives a lot of folks, and I think that's a very very cool thing. Africa, there's the lion's pride. The lions will hunt and take down a big game like a ox, a water buffalo or something like that, and they'll just be tearing into it, doing their thing. The males, the alpha males get their first pick, then the beta males, and then the females, and then the kids, and out of nowhere comes three guys, and they're walking steadily up to it, up to the kill, right in the middle of the pride. They grab a leg, start chopping at this thing, take a leg, and walk away. And the pride is like, what just happened? What? At any point in time, and under most normal circumstances, the pride would have killed anything that got close to their taken prey. But these three guys just walked up out of nowhere, took a hindquarter, and left. How's that for courage? Just walk right on in the middle of the lion's pride. Take what you want and leave. So, as my dog is whining at me, she probably wants to go for a little walk. We'll go for a little walk, and I'll try to walk off this massive headache that I'm building up. That's the joys of growing old, with a broken head. So, this has been Mad Shad and Charity, encouraging you all to have some courage. Maybe some liquid courage. Oh. This is just water. But anyway, get out there and enjoy life. And don't live in fear.